The man who took one U-Haul and turned it into the second largest trucking business in the country?
But that was different, Francine. I was dealing with thugs, hitmen, and goons. These network guys are scary.
Danny DeVito is a man of many personalities. And because of that, many personalities seem to like him back.
The towel dispenser is a hidden secret. When it was opened, this was discovered. A shrine to, of all people, Danny DeVito.
This is so weird.
This month we told you about Carlisle High School student Allison Cross, that she created a cutout of DeVito and decided to take that as her prom date.
But few remember there was a time when he balanced that life in front of the camera with one behind the camera. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
All right, take it from the top. With feeling. Come on.
Born in Neptune Township, New Jersey on November 17, 1944, DeVito was the youngest boy with two older sisters.
Come play with us, Daddy.
Later it would be discovered he had a bone condition known as Fairbanks disease that would result in his 5'0" stature as an adult.
Get tough with you guys.
As a teenager, he convinced his father to send him to a New Jersey Catholic prep school so that he could, quote, stay out of trouble.
That's a great decision.
And soon after graduation, he would follow in the footsteps of producer John Peters and attend beauty school.
I gave shampoos. They didn't want me to. I just like getting my fingers in women's wet hair. I was 13.
So working as a licensed beautician at his sister's hair salon, he would attempt to upskill and learn makeup application. It was while researching makeup programs at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, he would catch the acting bug. And then he would eventually attend and graduate in 1966. In that same year, DeVito would view a film that would make a lasting impression on him.
Nous disons qu'il y a une minorité qui s'impose par la terreur et la violence.
The film used a lot of handheld cameras and filming techniques often seen in documentaries to create fictional realism, something audiences weren't really used to at the time. So much so they actually had to post notices at every screening telling the audience that the film was in fact fictional.
Somewhere around 1966, I saw Pontecorvo's The Battle of Algiers, and it got me very curious about directing. I looked at that movie and went, what the hell? I've been watching movies since I was a little kid, but how did they do this?
And following this, in 1971, DeVito would meet another major influence in his life. While performing in a play called The Shrinking Bride, a friend of a friend was in attendance, and her name was Rhea Perlman. The two had hit it off so well after meeting, they moved in together only 2 weeks later.
I mean, take a look at you and me. You chose books. I chose looks. I have a nice house, a wonderful husband, and you...
DeVito, always being one to want to experiment, attempted directing in 1973 with his first short film, The Sound Sleeper. It follows the story of a woman whose late-night tryst takes a dark turn. And he'd follow this up in 1975 with another short film titled Minestrone, about a paranoid filmmaker who's tortured by the taste of the Italian soup. And if you know where I could find a copy of either, let me know in the comments. I couldn't find either one online, and I just assumed they're probably in his attic somewhere. In the late 70s, DeVito would find success playing Louis De Palma on the hit sitcom Taxi. And then Perlman herself would find success playing Carla on Cheers in 1982. And the following year, in 1983, DeVito would direct an episode of the comedic anthology series Likely Stories for HBO, with an episode titled The Selling of Vince D'Angelo.
I, Vince D'Angelo, declare my independent candidacy for United States Senator from the great state of New Jersey. How's that for brief? Any questions? Yeah, you the bald guy.
Shot in 4 days on a $25,000 budget, the story follows Vince D'Angelo, the owner of a cement business.
Let us get our terms straight, my friend. I was in the concrete business.
Only to suffer the ups and downs of running for office when you have a personality like Vince's.
Sit up straight. Come on.
And action.
Look at this. Action! How was school today, son? Did you try out for the team?
Yeah, I made the barfing squad.
That's it. I'm gonna break his ass.
Yeah.
How was school today, Vincent Jr.? Did you try out for the team?
Yeah, Dad, I made first squad.
Oh, isn't that swell?
Yes, Daddy.
Mwah.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Elect a good man. Elect a family man. Elect Vince D'Angelo. Before it's too late.
And the sleazy tactics some people use to win.
He wants to make the streets safe again for our children. His name is Vince D'Angelo. So on November 4th, vote for Vince D'Angelo for United States Senator. Before it's too late.
After this, there was discussion with DeVito to turn this into a feature film with Showcase. But instead, they used the opportunity to pitch another idea he'd had. 1984's The Ratings Game.
Television, the most powerful communications tool in the history of man. Since its beginning, the networks have dictated what comes into our living rooms. But one man brought these almighty monoliths to their very knees. His name? Vic DeSalvo.
The story followed a New Jersey trucking company owner named Vic who aspires to be a Hollywood producer.
Can you believe this? When you're a big-time TV producer, they never leave you alone. Johnny who? Oh, Johnny Carson. Now what does he want?
To typical rejection, until one day he catches a studio executive on a bad day.
Well, let's get right down to brass tacks. Frank, you know I'm not one to mince words. I have to let you go. But you still have your job until 5 p.m. on Friday, Frank, so feel free to use that time to tie up any loose ends.
Now saddling the network with Vic's not-so-great show.
How would you like a firm on-the-air commitment?
If we don't air that show, he could sue us for millions.
Only they have a plan.
So when do we go on the air?
Well, we were just talking about that. It's going to be a Tuesday evening in October. The 9 o'clock time slot.
What's our competition?
Just a World Series.
But nobody will watch the show.
No. You really think so?
This is where Vic's new love interest, played by Perlman, who works at the ratings data company, comes into play.
I selected only families in key precincts. You get them all to watch, you got the highest rated show of the year.
Baby, you're a genius.
And they come up with a plan to rig the rating system in their favor.
I am offering you a piece of one of the biggest money-making rackets in America today. 1,500 families.
Boys, D-Day is the 14th of October. On that day, we've arranged for a number of these families to be out of their houses.
So what do you need us for? We are providing a little house-sitting service. This is where your boys come in. They're gonna go in and take care of things. Water the plants. Maybe watch a little TV.
Allowing Vic to become the network's own version of Seth MacFarlane.
With action, adventure, and beautiful women. You'll want to spend the night with Nunzio's girls. He's the doctor of love. Saturday mornings, it's those crazy calamari, the Goombas.
The movie touches on a lot of show business issues, whether it be catering to algorithms and what people will be driven to do.
They're about to read my name.
Just to feel seen.
I'm on top of the world lately. I mean, I got a new movie coming out, Throw Mama from the Train.
In 1987, DeVito made his theatrical debut with this comedic take on the Hitchcock film Strangers on a Train.
The night was humid. The night was humid. No, wait, then hot.
The story follows Billy Crystal as a struggling writer named Larry Donner, who's down on his luck ever since his ex-wife, played by Captain Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, stole his work and became a literary sensation.
She's a slut! Look at her, slut!
Leaving Larry broke, bitter, and teaching a creative writing course.
Here's another one. This is a real classic by Mr. Pinsky. It's entitled 100 Girls I'd Like to Pork.
Pork?
It's a coffee table book.
Which is where we meet
Evan! What? Get me a soda with some ice in it.
a sweet, almost childlike man who is one of Larry's students. And when he's not in class, he's at home with his terrifying mother, played by Anne Ramsey.
You clumsy poop!
Who made a name for herself also playing the terrifying mother in The Goonies.
Is that all?
So while Larry is struggling to write his own hit, he's consumed with bitterness and can't focus. And Owen, desperate for feedback, starts to follow him around.
Oh, this is your tie.
It's at this point Larry tells him to watch Strangers on a Train for inspiration, but instead Owen thinks Larry is giving him a coded request.
Two fellows meet accidentally, like you and me. Each one has somebody that he'd like to get rid of. So, they swap murders.
I saw that movie. I know now what you try to tell me, Professor Donner.
Oh, good.
Crisscross.
He did it! The little bastard did it! He killed my wife! No, he didn't do it. He didn't. He couldn't No, he didn't do it. I'll call her up. I'll call her up on the phone. She'll answer.
Larry now has to hide out at Owen's house and meet Mama.
Well, just meet her. Maybe she'd be somebody you'd like to kill.
Get away from me, you horse's ass!
In the end, the film would receive mixed reviews, but do very well at the box office.
It's kind of mysterious. So what do you say? Do you say the night was humid? Or do you say the night was moist? That's writing.
The night was sultry.
Cementing DeVito to direct his next theatrical release in 1989's The War of the Roses.
God, I hope you didn't notice what a jerk I am.
They never seem to.
For this project, DeVito would need a couple who had the chemistry to kiss,
Then this is the most romantic day of my whole life.
as well as clash.
That's supposed to scare me?
So he recruited longtime friends Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, who he'd previously co-starred with in Romancing the Stone. The story is told from the perspective of a sleazy lawyer played by DeVito, expressing to Homer Simpson the pitfalls of divorce. And I'm serious, that's Dan Castellaneta, who voices Homer Simpson. Here with no lines whatsoever in this movie. But they made up for lost time when DeVito played Homer's long-lost brother.
Hello in there.
Homer?
Herb?
In the movie, we follow the 17-year marriage of the Roses. From when they first met,
What about you?
I'm not rich or brilliant.
Where you going to school?
Madison. I got a scholarship too, gymnastics.
to them building their family. Only when we hit the 17-year mark, the cracks in the relationship start to show.
You didn't come to the hospital.
No, well, I called and, well, everything seemed to be, under control. I didn't want to disturb you.
Disturb me? Well, I wasn't doing much, just dying.
This results in an argument that ends in those scary 4 words.
I want a divorce.
My client is being more than fair, Mr. Rose. She's waived alimony, and she's willing to waive her rights against your law practice in exchange for the house and all of its contents except your shaving gear and his clothing.
But Oliver is also a good lawyer and discovers a loophole.
Parties who have pursued separate lives, sharing neither bed nor board, shall be deemed to have lived separate and apart from one another, even though they reside under the same roof. Even though they reside under the same roof?
Yeah. The law was put on the books for poor people, folks who couldn't afford separate residences during their divorce, but we can use it too.
So now Oliver is back in the house trying to make her crack by sabotaging her work dinner.
Darling, sorry I'm late. Well, I guess I better not sit too close to anybody because I have a bit of a cold.
Oliver, these people are my clients. You are messing with my business. I have the food editor from the Post out there.
And the two of them spending the rest of the movie trying to kill each other.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty demented. This movie, though, would go on to be #1 at the box office and 13th highest grossing film of 1989. It did so well in Germany that the title Der Rosenkrieg became synonymous with high conflict divorce in Germany, and the term is still used today.
Not the Staffordshires.
Having now proved himself as an actor and director, DeVito formed Jersey Films in 1991, and would be instrumental in producing a small feature you may have heard of.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? What do they call it? Royale with cheese. Royale with cheese.
Which led to him producing many others. At this time, DeVito was a serious player in Hollywood's system. Always being the type of guy who wanted to change things up, he decided to direct and co-star in a biopic of Hoffa in 1992.
Bobby, when they have to negotiate, you see, they say to you, ride with the Teamsters, lose your job.
They treat us like dirt.
I know that.
They got us drive and pay the rent. Every couple weeks, some bitch falls asleep.
I know that.
We're stuck 10, 12 hours, rig broke down, no pay.
Yeah, I know that.
With a script penned by David Mamet and based on the life of the notorious Teamster Union president, DeVito would attempt to lionize the controversial figure as he saw him as a hero. Everyone wanted the part, including Pacino and Robert De Niro. But as we all know, those two would have to wait 30 years and get a CGI facelift to co-star in 2019's The Irishman, because this role was only going to one major Hollywood hitter.
You want to run this local, you come down here. You want to unseat me? You tell me. Barring that,
Jack Nicholson, who DeVito had worked with in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The film would be released at number 5 in the box office, and get mixed reviews. Jack Nicholson would blame Columbia Pictures for releasing A Few Good Men at the same time. Some said the movie showed bravery for letting the audience make up their own mind on the historical figure, while others accused the film of being a fictional portrayal drawn up by organized crime figures, and making up events.
Waste of time.
And painful.
And expensive. $9.25 for a bar of soap?
Well, I had to take a shower, Harry.
$5,000? I'm not paying it. What are they gonna do, repossess the kid?
Having focused on acting and producing for 4 years, DeVito, a father of 3, realized he wished his kids could enjoy something he made. So he took on the adaptation of Roald Dahl's children's book, Matilda. The story follows a prodigy 6-year-old played by Mara Wilson, who, neglected by her knuckle-dragging family since birth, the kid manages to overcome this neglect by going to the library and reading everything she can. Her parents, played by DeVito and Perlman, won't stop being their scummy selves.
2-directional drill. You run it backwards, the numbers go down. Watch your speedometer.
My school is a model of discipline. Use the rod, beat the child. That's my motto.
Well, since you're an educator, I'm gonna make you a great deal. Hey, you're going to school.
I am?
First thing tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. You get a real education at this place.
DeVito and his cinematographer would take inspiration from the films of Terry Gilliam, utilizing lots of wide angles and exaggerated perspective, which wouldn't be new territory for DeVito given his very animated style that seems to show up a lot in his work. But when the film released in theaters, it had 2 problems. It released the same weekend as Independence Day and A Time to Kill. The film would place 3rd at the box office and gross $47 million against a $36 million budget. But if you were a kid at the time, you wouldn't believe that because you loved it when your parents rented it.
I was on the garage roof. I did it with my powers.
The film would do amazingly on home video and become a cult favorite.
Over.
Missed it?
Starting off in a new decade of the 2000s, DeVito would shoot 2 new comedies back-to-back, 2002's Death to Smoochie and Duplex.
Rainbow from mauve to blue. The names are different, the shoes don't match. Some like to toss while others to pack. Yours comes in all sizes. Our Rainbow Randolph products. They're there online for you at rainbowrandolph.com. Log on. It's not free.
In this movie, we see Robin Williams play Raffi Gone Bad. Here is Rainbow Randolph, a children's entertainer accepting bribes from parents so that the kids can be featured on his show.
Drop the briefcase.
Never touch the money.
FBI, you're under arrest.
In efforts to do damage control, the station's executives need a new act that's clean.
Squeaky f***ing clean.
Squeaky clean, sir.
And yes, that's baby Jon Stewart.
Get me Smoochie.
Oh, we'll get you off that smackle, yes we will. Oh, we'll get you off that smackle, yes we will.
So armed with his co-producer, played by Kathleen Keener, they hire a modern-day Mr. Rogers named Sheldon, played by Edward Norton. What unfolds is an insane story of showbiz got amok as he battles for his soul.
I'm gonna make this real easy for you. The only reason you're on TV right now is because Rainbow Randolph is a degenerate scumbag. I didn't discover you. I delivered you, like a sack of groceries. I got a bigger emotional investment in my nail polish.
While being pursued by an insane Randolph,
Bastard son of Barney!
dealing with a crooked agent,
It's all about the dough, Shell. Once you get the money, you get the power. Once you get the power, you can have Smoochie walk out there with a dildo strapped to his head if you want.
I don't think I've thought of that idea specifically, but I do see where you're going with this.
intimidated by mobsters,
My cousin Spinner's taken a real shine to you. Ever since you come in the restaurant, you can't stop yakking. It's smoochy this, smoochy that.
Oh, that's nice. I like Spinner. He's very sweet for such a big fella.
and even a children's charity?
He's gonna grab a cab.
Humor me, Rhino. The Parade of Hope has sponsored every Kid Night show since 1964. We take a little off the top, everyone goes home happy. So let's not buck history.
In the end, the movie did poorly at the box office, DeVito claiming that the studio didn't seem to get it and underpromoted it. But for anyone who gives it a chance, you'll fall in love with it and its dark comical depiction of Hollywood gone wrong.
Somebody toss me a beach towel, because my head is swimming.
What's up?
So this staircase, this leads to where?
I thought you realized this is a duplex.
As in 2 floors for the...
In 2003's Duplex, we follow the story of a young couple trying to buy a house in New York, making this DeVito's first entry into the fantasy genre. Ba-dum-bum. Ben Stiller plays a writer struggling to finish his latest book for his publisher.
Just make sure you turn it in by Wednesday. Management's being very strict with all of our mid-level authors.
I'm only mid-level?
Right now.
While his wife, played by Drew Barrymore, acts as breadwinner at a fashion magazine.
Nancy, we have 27 minutes to get this thing to press. Now, would you get off the phone?
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Connolly.
The husband and wife decide it's time to find a house and start a family, but discover the real estate in New York is ridiculous, until their real estate agent finds them a diamond in the rough in Brooklyn.
No, actually, there's just a sweet little old lady that lives upstairs.
A tenant.
So rent control means we can't kick her out, right?
Alex.
That's a legitimate question. No, you cannot evict her. She has to decide to leave, or God forbid, poor thing hasn't been feeling well lately, because she's got to be close to 100 years old.
After meeting her, they think it's actually going to be a breeze until...
Okay.
Sweetie, I was asleep.
Napping. Been in the middle of the afternoon. Shameful. It's the first of the month. $88. Do you want to count it?
Little Dick is caught in the dumbwaiter shaft.
Well, how did he get there?
So naturally, in the DeVito style, when confronted with a mean older woman, paying attention, yeah, that comes up a lot, they try a different number of ways to murder her.
I've even had a couple.
Well, slowly driving themselves crazy in the process. In the end, the film marked a huge blow for DeVito, with a $9 million gross against a $40 million budget. After 2 back-to-back comedies underwhelming at the box office, DeVito decided, like before with Hoffa, it's time to try something new. And this time things were going to get scary. In 2012, DeVito wrapped filming and post-production on a film titled Saint Sebastian. The thriller, set in post-apocalyptic Russia, focused on 3 people abandoned in a city hospital as a war rages outside in the nuclear fallout. But the most frightening thing about this film was, the studio would shelve it, making DeVito's final feature outing join the ranks of Day the Clown Cried. But not being the type to stay down long, he had one more small piece to share with the world.
How is he?
What do you mean?
Like, how's his mind or whatever? Is he lucid?
Of course he's lucid. You could say he's too lucid.
In 2016, DeVito would bookend his directing career with another short film titled Curmudgeons, where he would act and co-star alongside his daughter, Lucy DeVito. But at a runtime of 16 minutes, I feel like I'd be giving too much away, so go ahead and watch this one. It's filled with comedy and heart that you'd expect to see in one of DeVito's films. So as we get winding down, I think it's time to ask what this cherub of Hollywood's secret is. Is it hard work? Is it tenacity? Personally, I think he owes his success to one thing.
I dropped my monster condom that I used for my Magnum Dong.
I'm out of here.